I assume you can't actually see in this video, but it is raining heavily today. So I thought, what better day to take y'all on the first ever Trapped in Gender field trip. The field trip we're taking y'all on is up Cave Hill, because I'm going up Cave Hill. I just decided. That's right, between first and second of these videos, because as you can probably tell, I'm recording these for the first time ever in parts. I know, what a change, dear fear. We have changed the entire format of this channel. Now, I know you're all wondering, this channel has changed names. It used to be JBS, Word IP, and to anyone who knew at the channel at that point, I am sorry I did not inform you of the name change that's going to happen. And if you tried to find it and you couldn't find it because of that, I do apologise. But there is a very cool reason why the channel's name has changed. Let's talk about that. Now, there are many reasons why I felt the name change for the channel was not just in order but necessary. The main one, the biggest one, is I have officially moved forward in my journey and I have changed my name. So, I used to be called Jack Benjamin Spears. Jack Benjamin Spears is dead. It's dead now, it's gone. I had fun. We all had fun. But it is no more. I am now Jessenia Spears. That's why the JBS turned to JNS. And I know what you're wondering, did I have to pick a name starting with J? No. But I did anyway. Because the name Jess is really nice. I like that name. So I changed to that name. The benefit of this is I didn't have to change from J, which isn't nice, but also really does help out. JJP. Did not think about that when changing the name, but you know, helps us not change our name now, because I didn't change from J. Now let's move on to the biggest and most important part of my name change, which isn't Jess. I picked that name because honestly I just like that name. No deep or meaningful impact in why that name was picked. But as you can tell from this, I should not be doing this while moving around. You can hear me breathing heavily because I am not that in shape, shockingly to everyone. That's right, I'm not in great shape. But why I've changed the middle name is a great story. And of course, for a great story, I'll change locations. Yes, I would love to record here of myself, like there, and a nice little view for y'all. So a nice background while I tell the story. As you can hear, I am not that hearable here, so this entire route has been for nothing. You can hear these birds chirping. They are loud. So while this is such a nice framing, a nice location, I don't think I can record here, which is a real shame because it looks so nice. So I'll just give you some great shots from here. No! And there are some great dramatic moments. I'll give you some comedy. That's what she said. That was your turtle? If you want to use any of those for your own projects, feel free. Now I've found this nice path, great views, bird chirping to a minimum, which did not think I'd have as a requirement on my list, but I do now, to tell the story of my middle name. Now, if you listen to the old videos, if you've not, and this is your first one, welcome. I know I shouldn't be saying welcome 5 minutes in, but hey, I'm saying welcome. As you can tell, I'm kind of out of breath, so I'm gonna sit down right now. Woo! And get my butt quite wet to tell this next one. So, as you can see from my eyes, there is sun today and I can barely see. So, I'm gonna put this over my eyes so I'm not blinded, but sure, you can look at my mouth from this hat. So, if you've watched the old ones, you know how much I love a TV show called Supergirl. Now, Supergirl taught me many things. How to be myself, how to be true, that Supergirl deserves so much stuff and she hasn't gotten it in years. And well, I was really enjoying this show, but at like 3 seasons in, I was like, you know what? It's getting kind of stale-ish. I'm slightly boring. And I was like, I'm gonna stop watching the show soon. Because while I did love it, it wasn't the favorite thing in the world. So I thought I'll finish the season out. And so a new character came in called Nia, who would later become the Dreamer. And she was just maybe a new character. She was just like maybe a lot like Cara Danvers was at the start, to show how far she's grown. It's kind of how they used her for a bit, and I was like, this is really interesting idea for the concept. And so I was just watching, being like, I like this new character. Then she went to James Olsen and saying, trans people are being attacked, you need to stand up for them, and came out as trans, and I was just shocked. And so I did some research on Nicole Maines. By research I mean I literally googled, is this a cis actor or is this transgender actor? Because I'll get into a lot later what you have to Google this. And I found out she's actually trans, which was amazing to see. And some trans representation in the media by an actual trans person is shockingly rare, but phenomenal when it happens. So I was watching, we got to episode 319, which I talked about before in a large detail, but this moment inspired me so much that when I was thinking of a new name, I tried many names for the middle name. I tried Sarah, I tried Lance. I know, why did they go for Lance? I have no idea. Maybe Lancelot, not important. At one point I was like, maybe Nicole in honor of Nicole Maines, maybe Maines in honor of it, maybe Cara in honor of Supergirl itself, maybe Danvers in honor of Supergirl, maybe Grayson in honor of Dick Grayson. That one was in for a while, but I realized none of these names really paid justice to what I really felt was the biggest moment in my life, and that was watching Nia come out in Supergirl. So then I realized, no matter what name I think of, no matter how nice it is, no matter how pretty, no matter how cool I think it'll be, no name would be right, because the right name is Nia, in honor of what really let me realize that I cannot hide who I am anymore, and I have to come out because I have to. And I cannot stand not being trans anymore. So as soon as I watched that episode, I started my journey. Now, a lot of people think journey to trans, in all cases, is very straightforward. In a lot of cases, it's not. In my case, I didn't realize I was completely trans. At the start, I was like, maybe I'm just gender fluid. So for like 4 months, I was like telling everyone I was gender fluid, and people were calling me they, he and she, and like changing every day. But after like a month, my friend Emily kind of was like, hey, should I just start calling you she now? And I'm like, wait, what? And then I realized that every day I would tell someone this pronoun, it was always she, and that really that is what I am. I'm female. And so everything that's happened to me, all the steps forward I've taken on this journey, spawned from, not because of, it's because of me and my emotional core getting stronger and conquering my anxiety and really realizing who I am and taking all the steps forward to get to the stage I'm at now. So it's not because of Supergirl, but Supergirl is what started the spark, and from there I've went forward a long time in my journey. So no other name felt right but Nia. So Nia is a very special name to me. So Jess, just a nice name. Nia has a lot of history to it, and if you watch this channel more, you'll find out just how far me and Supergirl's paths cross in my life. Now, oh, my butt is wet. I should not have sat in wet ground. As I told you earlier, it was raining for quite a while, and so I sat down in the very wet ground, and now my butt is wet. That's right. We go from very serious here to very stupid within a matter of seconds. I see cows. Let's try and see how close to the cows I can possibly get while telling the story, of course. So, next part of the challenge and change is it used to be called Weird AIP, which for trans people is a huge debate and a huge problem. It still has not been fixed, and for a while it was fixed, then people were trying to bring them back, so they just used the gender you understand at birth rather than gender you identify as, which is a huge problem. Actually, such a big problem. People in the UK are thinking of migrating and getting visas and moving away from this country because of the bathroom issues. That's how serious it is for a lot of trans people. They're willing to leave their home, their friends, their family, their jobs, because they do not feel safe here. Because they cannot go out, have fun, go to a movie or anything, because if they need the bathroom, they have to be reminded of the fact society does not accept them. Which is very heartbreaking. The society does not accept us as who we are. And this spawns from the government, which honestly, using the bathroom is a thing everyone does. As the child's book series says, everyone poops. Or everybody poops is what it's called. So, needing the bathroom is something everyone does. I personally pee a lot. If I drink at all, I pee like 7 times a night. So, I use the bathrooms a worrying amount of times actually. I once peed 30 times in a day, which I won't be the doctor to tell you is not that normal, but sure, it's all this is about. So I will not stop talking about it. I will not change my stance on this. I will not change what I think about this. I strongly believe that we don't go based on self-IDing. We go based on who is transitioning, and they will have the paperwork in place, and they will be so far into it, they've been months into it at least, where they've talked to therapists about it. They're on hormones or getting on hormones, or even if they don't want on hormones, they've always talked, because every person's different. They have talked months about this. They have fought years about this, and they're not doing it because they want in the opposite gender's bathroom. In reported history, there's been one person that currently, literally one person I've ever heard of, and I've looked, who has put on a dress and pretended to be female to get in the females' bathrooms. Why that is horrible, and he is a horrible person. He, first of all, is not trans, and we should not punish trans people because of him. So any arguments about that is unfounded because it's happened literally once. And the problem, and if you go for people who are literally transitioning or are trans, they'll have the paperwork, they will be far into transition, and they will have been thinking for this for literal years or their entire life. So they're not a problem. They just want to urinate or poop in the bathroom that matches their gender. This should not be such a problem or as big of a problem as it is, but you know, it is. Right now I'm thinking, but why did I change the name of the channel? Because that is a huge issue, and clearly I do feel very strongly about it. But I have changed the name of the channel, and one guess who's responsible for this? That's right, me and Supergirl's paths cross again, or more accurately, Nicole Means. So I was watching her like 11-12 minute TED talk on transitioning and how to be an ally, which is phenomenal. You should check it out. Just type in Nicole Means transgender TED talk. It should come up. I will put it in the description of this video anyway, so you can find it there. But she talked like 12 minutes, and she's like, people who are born the right gender is not a huge thing to them. Gender is something that is normal to them. They know their gender from birth, and they are down that path. Gender is usually not a huge issue for them because their gender has been clear since day one. And while trans people, their gender has, in a lot of cases, either been clear since day one, sorry, the burp there, or they've known it for years, and it's basically been there from day one, but they've had to hide it because of fear, or just trying to seem more normal, because society does not view trans people as normal, which is a huge problem, because anyone who's an LGBTQ plus community, shout out to all them, and shout out to the allies, are meant to believe that it's not normal to be who they are, something they don't pick. Because who the hell would pick for something like this to happen? Who the hell would pick to have their gender be a problem which will cost upwards of thousands of pounds? Literally, bottom surgery in the bottom, which means genitals. We're being very clear about this. Cost upwards of 20 grand. No one in the right mind would pick that to happen. And if you don't, not 20 grand, you have to join a waiting list, which will take quite a while. And so far, I have spent £300 to get one appointment, which I cannot go into legally speaking. I don't want to get in trouble and get myself off the hormone list or get off the track I'm on now. So I will not say what I talked about or say where I talked about it to. I'm not sure if I can say that either, but it was very nice. They believed me. They asked questions. They asked a lot of questions. It was very thorough, like real thorough. And so that cost £300. The next step will cost £250. And if I get past that, I'm not sure if there's another step or not because I'm not there yet. But after that, I will be paying £25 per month for hormones. No one in the right mind would choose to spend that much money, that much anguish, and spend basically every day getting abused physically or mentally, online or in person, for their sexuality or their gender. No one would pick that to happen. Nobody would pick something that hard. Nobody would be like, I want this to happen. Nobody would want that much pain for just trying to be themselves. Not my nice hat. Ooh. I'm now trying to put a hat back on with one hand, or set you up in a tree. Now I know you cannot see right now because I had to put you on a tree to get my nice hat back on. This is the gender queer, it's often called flag, on a nice hat. It cost me like £5. It is awesome. I got it 2 days ago. I'm basically always wearing it right now. It's cool. This has been quite a tangent and I've gotten off topic a fair bit here. And I just went in a massive loop. We are now further away from the cows I seen earlier. So let's turn around and get closer to those cows, which is our New York. By the end of this, for us to be so close that I can show you a cow and be like, there, that close. That is what we're trying to get happening. So why I changed it from where I pay the trapped in gender is because of what she said in her video. She says trans people are trapped in gender. Everything they do, so much of what they do, so much of who they are is down to gender. They are trapped in gender. Part of it is not saying the exact quote here. Watch her say this. She says it in such great detail. So that's when I was like, that quote really hit home to me and made me cry. And I was like, that is so true. So I was like, I don't think the Colombians would mind if I steal her quote and put it in my channel description. So that's why the channel changed from JBS or IP to JNS, trapped in gender. Also, come on, let's be clear, it's a lot better with a title as well. Trapped in gender lets you know me exploring more than one issue. It's a pretty good title. So that's how the name changed. And you might be thinking, gee whiz, Jess, this video's been about 15 minutes so far. Or however long it is, it's been this long. Is your video nearly over? Well, if you've ever met me, you know I don't know how to shut up. And if you've seen any of the old videos, you know I don't know how to shut up. So, if you're watching this, you probably know I don't know how to shut up. So, that's a private field. We will still try to find the guys, don't worry. So the next topic, before we go on this topic, shout out to the first ever viewer of this channel. Petey Boo was the first one to ever watch one of these videos. Little shout out award to our first viewer. Hi buddy. I assume he is watching this, and whether it's going to be a personal message or comment below some sort of message, which will probably include the words love you, which I will reply back love you too, because he's one of my best friends. Hi. And that's the shout out over for now. I'm going to do another shout out in the next video. Don't you worry everyone, you could be the next shout out. And now I'm trying to find cows by going a completely different path than where I've seen the cows. Let's hope this works, because I will not stop until I show you a cow. I know that's what you wanted. You want to hear a cow go moo while you watch me. You want to see the cow and know we have achieved one victory today. Because the battle to get transgender acceptance and transgender rights in place and get transgender people accepted by the community will take years, decades, and even by then it might not happen for ages. So even in a few decades, it may not even happen. So today, to give us some sort of optimism, some sort of goal we can achieve short term, today we will find a cow. Because if I cannot be accepted for who I am, if people see me as male still, and if it is hard to be me, and that is hard, and it is soul crushing, and I honestly don't know what to do about it, and I am just terrified, because Hungary has literally banned transgender people with transitioning. America is banning people changing their birth certificates, and the UK are starting to get in a place where you can't use the bathroom anymore, and you have to use the wrong bathroom, and all this is happening, and every day a new cis person plays a transgender actor, and then Mark Ruffalo says, hey, trans people, you're part of the discussion now. And so they're like, that's great, but they've already made a movie where Matt Bormer plays a trans woman, and he then comments that after it's already made and says we're not part of the conversation, not before the movie but after the movie, and then says give him a chance, he acted his heart out. And Scarlett Johansson recently, in one of the not positive cases, she was like, you didn't have issues with all these people playing trans people, like the guy from Transparent, for example, was in our list. Why there was such a problem with me? And then the response was, we did have a problem with them. We said we had a problem with them, but no one listened. She then didn't play a trans man, which is a victory. It's a small victory, but in the words of Scrubs, small victories count for a lot around here. They don't happen that much. So when they do, you've got to let them sink in and feel good about them. So, try. We're going up a hill. Get it? It's an uphill battle going up a hill. I am hilarious. I am the funniest person. Bet you're all laughing at that right now. You're watching this in hysterics. You're all like, she's so funny. Wow. Wow. What a good joke. And now you're probably thinking, wow, is she okay? She's really out of breath. And you'd be right to worry about this. So I'm gonna stop the video till I get up this hill. Then I'll continue there. I'm gonna talk about cis actors playing transgender people. What cisgender means first. And we will hopefully find a cow, because that is our goal up the hill. And I have a choice between two paths: the castle, Cave Hill Trail, McArtsford. And now, I'll be real, I don't know where the cows have gone. I don't know where the next cow will be. I don't hear any mooing. I don't see any cows. So, I don't see any cows in this field here. It's a real shame. I really thought we'd see a cow here. this trough thingy here, thought, man, there would be a cow. You would see a cow. But no, cannot see a cow. Let's talk about the problem trans people have with cisgender people. Which cisgender, let's talk about that first actually. Right, some people I think cisgender is a slur. You can call people cisgender. Which honestly, fair enough. If you don't want to be called it, just say. And I will never call you. I will also never call someone to their face or call a single person cisgender. But that's not the issue with it. Cisgender just means that they're biologically male or female. That's all it means. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no bad terms attached to it, nothing wrong attached to it at least. So it's a weird one, but still, that's what the term means, because we may be using it a little bit in this conversation, and I should not have went away with so much jaggies because I'm getting slightly stung. I see no cows. I know what you're all wondering. Jess, should you not have went in the direction you see the cows earlier? To that I say, you're one smart cookie. Yes, we should have. We shouldn't have walked in the wrong direction. We shouldn't have went forward when we knew the cows were a different direction. We shouldn't have changed because we knew where the cows were. We had something right. We shouldn't have removed it, aka a lot of the bathroom laws. That's right. Did I just walk an extra 20 minutes out of my way just to make that petty point? You bet I did. You bet I did. So now I'm going downwards, direction where I seen the cows earlier. So let's talk about my problems. Well, it's my problems. A lot of people in the transgender community have these problems, but I'm not speaking for the whole community. I'm speaking for me, one member of the community. My issue with cisgender people playing trans people isn't the fact that they're not trans. It's not they don't know the struggles, which is some people's problems. Is that they wouldn't know the struggles and the hot and the terribleness faced with transition and the how bad people can be towards you and all the hatred you get. It's not they don't understand that, which true they won't understand that directly, but do they understand something like that, or they can act. So that's not my problem. My problem isn't that. Problem isn't do they look transgender. Nope. My problem isn't the fact they would look like a traditionally born cisgender person. That's not my issue. My issue is nothing with looks, acting, or struggle. My issue is what happens after the movie's done. So, for people who are not in the film industry, or these are too many jaggies here. I know I'm easily distracted. For people who are not in the film industry or don't know that much about it, or know about the outskirts, or just know about the films, don't know much about the press, don't really care much about the press, I will explain very briefly about this. Shout out to my friend in the movie business, Sean Levy. Not my friend yet, but you know, he made the internship, so I feel like we'd be friends because of much of his movie. It's me and my friend John's favorite movie of all time. It's a great movie, but I don't even know why I showed Sean Levy there. I just wanted to. So hopefully he sees this video, and then I can meet him, and John can meet him, and we can hopefully make a film with him. We're talking about probably the internship. We're talking about a sequel internship called Internship 2, The New Nooglers, and this one is similar-ish to the last one, but it's playing on the entire tropes that are going to happen in that movie, where it's two people going for an internship program, but it's actually nothing like the movie, and they're like, it'll be just like the movie, so they're trying to do everything in the movie done, and it doesn't actually work out because this is a different type of internship. It'd be hilarious and good commentary for that. I'm doing a different set of internship programs, and it would be really cool and really fun, and not your traditional sequel, because it would actually undo some of the tropes and undo some of the things that happen in that movie, and maybe completely like the reverse of that movie. So it'd be really cool. And yeah, also just really made Sean Levy. But this is a dead end. I've been walking into a dead end. That's not on purpose, that's not for anything. That wasn't like to prove a point, that wasn't me being petty this time. That was me being... I'm not going to call myself an idiot anymore because I do that so much that I believed for a while I was an idiot. I'm just slightly dumb. It's not a complete idiot, just slightly stupid, slightly dumb. And did not realise I could just look and see it was a dead end. So, I have to go back the way I came. So my issue of this comes at the press junkets. It's not a press junket, it's with the person who played the role, talking to the press about the film and talking about that, and in a lot of cases, because it's happened before, the award ceremonies where they win awards for this. So, let's say they played a transgender person who isn't a sex worker, first of all, which shockingly needs to be stated. Not all transgender people are sex workers, because so many of the transgender people I see in movies are sex workers. Nothing's wrong with someone being a sex worker. There are transgender people who are sex workers, but they aren't all sex workers. Literally, majority of roles I see transgender people getting, or most transgender roles, public cisgender actors, are sex workers. So they're not all sex workers. That's a weird tangent again too, but just please stop doing that, because I'm scrunchingly asexual and sex makes me really uncomfortable, so I can't even watch most of them, which is sad, but you know, not a problem. I just would love to see some movies that don't do that aspect. And I just see two people running up the hill that I came down from over to here for some reason, and I'm very jealous of them not going up and hopping down here. So let's take Jared Leto. Take Jared Leto because he's a good example. So Jared Leto was in Dallas Buyers Club, where he played a trans woman who was also a sex worker. Case in point, it happens all the time. I hate it because I cannot watch those kind of movies because it makes me so uncomfortable. That's right. You know, it's not all about me, but you know, please make something for me, like Supergirl did. But hey, that's a tangent. That's just about me, and that's my issues, not everyone's. And I will try and work on that to be a little less uncomfortable. But also, if more people are uncomfortable about it, in the words of Annie Edison from Community, the world might be a better place. You might not need sex ed fairs or all this communication about how STDs come about, because people wouldn't be having as much sex, which should be great. But hey, again, that's not the point of what I'm making, that's just me getting into my issues with sex. The issue is, say Jared Leto, which he actually done for playing the role, wins an award, because he did actually win an award for playing the role. What would happen is the Oscars are happening, it's like best actor nominees, whoever it was that year. And they say Jared Leto, he comes up on stage dressed in a suit and being a clear male, because he also won for best actor, which also double states he is male. And he's talking about this role and how, and whatever he says in the speech, how great the role was, and how I want to be someone for this community and help them out. And what that does is people who are already either on the line or against transgender people reinforces the idea that they're not real, and reinforces that they are the transgender people, transgender women, or men in dresses. It does not help that issues. So when people watch that, they're like, a lot of cases they're not even, I mean, I know nothing about transgender people, and that would be the first time they would have seen anyone transgender, and then their issues would be, and how they see it would be warped by Jared Leto, and this really does not help. It also helps people's cases against them, because they're like, look, helps people against. It does help people to be more aware of the issues, but it also will show people the wrong issue. And I know that's not the intention, but it is honestly how it goes. And to my knowledge, there's never been anyone in the LGBTQ plus community who has won an award for being in the LGBTQ plus community in a role, while straight people, cisgender people win awards for playing people in the community. People in the community will not get awards when they do it, which is insane. A good example is in Glee, Darren Criss, who I love, played Blaine, a gay man, and Chris, an actual gay man, played Finn. No, Kurt. His name's mixed up in my head because honestly, it's a weird little show. I'll get into that in the show in a minute because it also feeds into this. So Kurt didn't win any awards playing Kurt, an openly gay person playing a gay character, but Blaine, a straight actor playing a gay character, won awards, which is insane. Literally insane to me that's happened. Right, about Glee. Glee is a weird little show. Glee, as I like to describe it, is a show that has its heart in the right place, but its foot in its mouth. One of its main characters is disabled, and he's called Artie. The person playing him is an actor who can walk. Unique and Beast are two people who play transgender characters who aren't transgender in real life. They cast people who are straight in real life to play gay people, which isn't great either. But the representation of them is pretty great. So Glee tries its best but does not cast right, in my opinion. Storylines they give them are pretty great and are handled well and with grace and shows the struggles that they go through. But for me, it loses a lot of its impact when you find that out. Also, annoying thing, it's just annoying. So that is one of my big reasons why I think we're out of the woods there. No, I don't know why we went into. I blame you fear. It's not my fault. I'm the host. Clearly, the person who's choose to watch this video is to blame for me going the wrong path. That's a fact. So I would love to see more transgender people playing transgender roles in the media, because it's not happening that much, and the media is a powerful thing. It can change people's minds and issues. People make fun of a lot of issues. People see themselves as the characters. And honestly, it could change so much of how people see characters and see themselves and see trans people if they allow trans people to play trans people. Because not even afterwards. So if you go to the press junkets, what you'll see is you'll see a trans person in the show be played by a trans person, and so in the interviews, and if they win awards, which hopefully they would at some point, fingers crossed, Nicole Means deserves so many awards. Honestly, I'm in love with her, let's be real. She's my hero. Deserves so many awards. So many awards. I've lost track of my point there. My point is, I think that should happen. Because now, it also wouldn't be an issue if transgender actors could get roles as cis people, but that doesn't happen ever. So they're stuck only getting the transgender roles. But the problem then becomes a lot of movies cast people who are well known, like Jared Leto, who bring an audience in, which makes sense, but means because no transgender person is really that well known for acting. Even, yes, dare I said, even Nicole Means isn't that well known. I know, she should be better known. I could have changed this entire YouTube channel, podcast, whatever this actually is, into I Heart Nicole Mean, and it would still be an accurate title, because this isn't even the last time I'll talk about her. Because there's a movie called Bit. It's been released digitally, and I will watch that. And then I'll talk about her again, presumably. Because there's very few, if any, well-known transgender actors who could get roles in major roles in films, because the film cannot market that way about itself because they're not huge draws, which is a real shame. So if transgender people could also get cisgender roles, it wouldn't be such a bad issue. But if they cannot get cisgender roles and they can't get transgender roles, what can they play? And how can you ever be represented if they can't get seen? Now, one of my favourite films in the past few years is I'll not say the title yet. I'll hold back on that and see if anyone can work out what I'm going to say. I'll give you a hint. It's not a film about transgender people. That's the only hint I'm going to give. Now, romantic comedies are getting kind of stale, apart from Big Sick, phenomenal movie, starring Kumail from Silicon Valley. Phenomenal. He got a main role. Does not happen enough. He's phenomenal. He's starting to actually get well known and get more main cast and stuff like Ninjago and other stuff. Like, he's starting to get a name for himself and starting to cast in major roles, which is phenomenal. I love him. He should get cast more. Maybe in a romantic comedy with Nicole Maines, because apparently that is who I love more than anything else. Justin Seagul's great as well. Talk about him in a second. I should talk about him right. No. So one of the movies that changed romantic comedies and really helped a lot of people see themselves in cinemas. It's a little movie called Love, Simon, which is one of the first mainstream movies about someone being gay, falling in love with someone. And it was a phenomenal movie. Such a touching story. Really helped my heart and really made me cry. It was such a great movie. And it really helps that so many of the main people who were playing gay were actually gay. Really helped bring that out. Really made it more impactful. Because they weren't pretending to be in the community or pretending to be gay. It is a part of them, which I know doesn't have to always happen, but for me that always is a great thing. It's just a great little movie. And one of the best recent examples I've watched of a transgender actor play transgender, but the show doesn't make a huge deal about it. It's also just a great show. It's called Dispatches into Elsewhere. Dispatches into Nowhere or Elsewhere. Dispatches into Elsewhere. I'll obviously put the title on screen now, so in case I get it wrong. If it's called Dispatches into Elsewhere, great. I'll call Dispatches for now. So it's one of those shows that's like one season is the one thing that changes every season. I cannot pronounce the name. Analogical shows. I cannot pronounce the word. I will obviously again write it on screen. No! This is a weird little show about. But basically the whole point of the show is, I'm not going to spoil it, but the show is about them playing this game. And it's about them opening up and exploring who they are. And the main love interest is played by a transgender woman. They make some references to it, but it's not a huge part of the story. She's not a perfect person. It's not playing a perfect character. She plays a flawed, three-dimensional character. It's a phenomenal show. And with representation, also I just love Jason Segel. And regardless of that, her being in it, I would have watched that anyway because I love Jason Segel. Which again does not help my point that people who are not known actors should get roles and stuff. So they watch it because Jason Segel. But sure, not the point I am trying to make. So yes, in a perfect world where transgender people were seen well, there was no hatred towards them, they weren't attacked in the streets for being transgender, they weren't abused for being transgender. Everywhere you go, you didn't see someone who's anti-trans. A great little Harry Potter book. You find about Rita Skeeter. Someone who's described as having mannish hands and a strong chin. Trying to describe her as with mannish features. Make you, in your head, subconsciously think she's transgender without saying it. Then she makes her spy on children by transforming her body. They go into the woman's bathroom. which is a huge debate, subtly showing where her alliances were, and then have a book series called Strike. That's what it's called. I will not put the title on screen because I don't want to represent it. I don't want it to get more people into it. So that will not get any shut out here. I will not correct myself if I'm wrong because I don't want anyone to look at it. But it has a man threaten a trans woman with jail where she will be raped, pushed into a man's prison, and it is awful. And I hate her. And I hate that book. And recently she's been J.K. Rowling has been more and more transphobic, and it is depressing because I love Harry Potter. It's a great little series, and it's depressing to know I would never get into Hogwarts because of who I am, and if I did, I'd be pretty screwed. But in a perfect world, where none of these issues were issues, we cannot go down here, the cows were not down here, where these were not issues, I would have no problem with cisgender people playing transgender people. But in a world where they are hated and despised, I have an issue, because the wind's getting really loud. I have an issue. Actually, let's go down here to find the cows. We might get a little more lost, but that's fine. Where transgender people are not considered lesser or evil or abomination, I have no issues with cisgender people playing them, but we do not live in that world. That is not how things are right now, so I really do not think that can happen yet, and should not happen yet. If and when, not if, when this is no longer a case, I will not be as annoyed when it happens, but for now, I will be very annoyed and not want to watch something with that happening. Now, another thing that happens a lot is slurs. Now, people will argue what is and isn't a slur and when they can and can't use a slur. I personally think, this is my personal opinion, of course this is not correct. I don't want people to use slurs in general. I hate slurs. I have terrible stories about this, but I'm not going to get into them because some of them aren't even my stories, and that would be unfair to share someone else's story. I'll get into my stories about it. Instead, I spent many years in secondary school bullied. I was called gay, it's called the F slur, which I will not say. I was called a lot, and that hurt me and made me be like, hey, maybe I shouldn't come out in this school. And every time I tried, I was told all at the time in that school to man up, and I had to wear a blazer saying Belfast Boys Model. That's right, they make it practically impossible. Any way I could have tried was harder and harder in that school that was called Belfast Boys Model. So coming out there wasn't possible. Which didn't help as everyone was bullying me and treating people who were different as a bad thing. So of course I wouldn't come out there. Now what's annoying is in so many media things they consider the T word, which I am not saying. I'm not alerting to what it is, but I don't want to say it. I don't want it to be pure. But it's a shortened word for transgender people. If you add the Y at the end of tran, you get it, and it is awful. And it is used all the time, and I hate it, and it makes me cry. I was watching a movie called When We First Met, and they said the word, and I had to turn the movie off and cry, and which was annoying because that was such a fun. It was becoming a bit of a funnish movie. I say funnish because it used a trope which I hate, which is you can use time travel to make the girl fall in love with you, which is a trope that is astonishingly used, like in Groundhog Day, About Time, in When We First Met. It's used. Those are only 3 samples off the top of my head. It is used quite a bit. as a trope on a way to do it. We are coming off Kithill. I have not seen a cow. I have not shown you a cow, which is a real shame. So this is a trope that is used all the time, which I hate. Small tangent there, but the T slur is used a lot. They're trying to bring them down, and it's used as a joke. And in a lot of media, my man putting on a dress is used for comedy, and it's meant to be hilarious. And it makes me sad, and it makes it harder and harder, because you're like, oh look, this will be something fun. Then it happens and you're like, oh, okay, that sucks, because they're not using it against transgender people. What they're trying to do is say, look, it's funny a man is dressing as a woman. In that case, they're usually, and not even always intent purpose, but it 100% is due to the fact that a lot of media thinks it's funny if a man is feminine, because they consider it an insult or funny to be feminine, which is a huge problem, and it's not and it should not be a problem. And men and women should be considered equal. They're not, which is awful. And they consider it a joke for a man to be feminine. I know what you're thinking. Jess, this must be something that has stopped by now. Nope. It has not stopped. It is still a thing. Happens all the time. Big Bang Theory does it all the time. At one point, Howard actually put estrogen in himself, and he was acting stereotypically like a woman, and it was maybe hilarious, and there's laugh tracks. But that was like 2 or 3 years ago, so you're thinking, Jess, something that was released just this year would make those jokes. Red Dwarf, released just this year, made those exact kind of jokes. About 2 men arguing who made the better woman for about 5 minutes, and it is awful. And I was very saddened by it, because Red Dwarf is such an inquisitive show over the years, and that's really great about it, and it just sucks that happened. So that's another issue. There are many issues in this world for many different people. I don't know how to fix them. I don't know when they'll be fixed or how long it will take. I know they will be fixed, I just don't know when or how long. It will take. Oh, that looks so natural. So natural. And we haven't even seen a cow, because we cannot fix these problems today. I don't know how we're going to fix these problems or how long it's going to take. And I was like, if you can see a cow, that'll be a small victory. And we still haven't seen a cow. We still have not been able to find a cow. I don't think you can read this because it's backwards. As the t-shirt says, I wish we could have seen a cow. Yes, that's right. That was totally worth the effort. No. We haven't seen a cow. Close enough I could point to it. Be like, cow. And so, there's our way down. There's our way up. And it's time for us to decide as a team if we should go find a cow or not. What will we do? I am being called home for dinner, so we will not have seen a cow really close, so I can point at it today. This is a real shame. I couldn't give us the cow. I couldn't give us that small victory. And I don't know what to say. I didn't think our dream of seeing a cow was unreachable. I know maybe if I didn't get lost a few times, didn't go the wrong way a lot, we maybe would have seen a cow. But alas, no cow was seen. I don't know what to say with that or what to do. Now, I've just had an idea. I cannot show you a cow and point at the cow and be like, look, it's a cow. I cannot get us that small victory today because I have to go home and get dinner. But I can give us some sort of victory. Some sort of thing I can point at me, look, there it is. There's our victory for today. We have found it. We have found something wholesome, amazing, warm. And when I get home, will record the last segment of this video. And so, before I enter my house and show you that absolutely perfect thing in my house. And it is perfect and flawless and one of the greatest things in the entire planet. I'm going to talk about why I started this channel. Now, I really started this channel, double tune, because what I really wanted in my life when I was younger, even today, is someone who's going through this in my case, and just seeing how they think about it, and it would make me feel less alone. Because I know that they're going through it as well, and they're thinking similar things that I'm thinking. So it lets me know that I am not truly alone. There are more people like me out there in the world. So I made a channel which basically does that for other people. And it's a little, not treat, but it's a little something. In the description for this video, I'm going to put some channels down, which are either in the LGBTQ plus community or allies of the community that I watch and really enjoy. So I say I choose something perfect and flawless. Here's Flash. Flash is perfect and flawless. There we go. Much better than a cow. The perfect thing in the world. Flash.